So, hey, yes, we are live now. I actually don't have the comments set up yet. So, if you can you guys see the comments in yours?
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right. So, when people come on tonight, everybody, welcome to the show. This is the square round table or the round square table, not sure what. Team 144, team light, team all of that. You guys know Michael and Sara. Sherri's running a little late. If hopefully she'll be able to make it with us and she'll pop on a little bit later. But let's talk, guys. Let's talk. Continue the conversation we were just having about some of the censoring that's going on, because there's definitely a lot going on right now. I've talked about being censored, and we know Sherri was having some problems with her numbers being messed with and things like that.
Yeah.
Are you guys hearing more and more stories? It's still happening, or what exactly are you seeing in your feeds and with your friends?
Right. That's what I was just saying is I haven't looked at it lately or really done the analyzing, but just if I got about 100 subscribers or so on YouTube, and it'll say like 2 views or 3 views, and I know that at least there's 2 of you, there's Sherri, there's all of us out there, so I know it should be like 10 for the
Yeah,
longest time, and it's
more than
interesting
that.
because when you watch in the live and you see the people that are live, I mean, it'll go from 5 all the way down to 2, and then all of a sudden back up to 6, and then I'm just like, there's no way like 4 people are all same time and then same time, and then so it's interesting that even with such little, we're not all big popular, they're still trying to just mess with, keep it as little as they can, so no growth, or no one catches on, it's
Or
interesting.
people are seeing it. I think I do believe they're seeing it, but like just like the new notification that was on my Facebook this past week, and it was saying in there that they were going to basically suppress me down to the feed. More people wouldn't see me, but they weren't censoring me, so they're trying to be careful with it. They're just saying less people will see you. Do you think I don't know what that means? Like
Right.
I know they actually turn my algorithms backwards on YouTube so that my watch time is going backwards. So like I could have been monetized a long time. Whatever. I'm still waiting for the lawyers to get back in touch with me for that lawsuit, because I'm joining the lawsuit with the big tech. Because I
Oh
could have
yeah.
been monetized a while ago. And I don't know when that would have changed. I mean, as soon as I start talking about things they don't like and they suppress it, yeah, maybe the videos aren't getting out in the feeds. Maybe people are seeing it, but they're just showing you less numbers. I don't know. They're not, the numbers don't fit, you
Yeah,
know?
they're doing it in everything. I mean,
Yeah, and I'm not gonna waste my time going through all that now. I've got my screenshots and I'm good to go for now. But
yeah, we'll make another channel, get it up there anyway. The one thing they can't stop, no matter how much they try, is all of us. So,
yeah.
the more of it, like I'll just put another channel. I know people that have gotten, what was the SGT report, right? He had 200,000 subscribers and just killed his whole channel, deleted all his videos, did everything like that, and yeah, it's a something to fight for, but it's not going to stop us. And
No.
the more they do it, the more obvious it is, the more right we are. The more we all got to be doing it, because it's easy for one person to just do it, spend all the time, and oh my God, what happened to that guy? I don't know, it disappeared. But if it's all of us, then they won't be able to do it. Me sharing what you guys are doing, you guys sharing what we're doing. That's it. We kick it up too fast for them to be able to do anything about it.
That's it. That's
Who
the
cares
answer. And
about
just
the
keep
subscribers? Yeah,
right. No, and that's the thing. I had
you know,
Corey, if you guys saw the Corey McKinnon on Founders of Light YouTube channel, he was on my channel earlier this week and we were talking about it. He doesn't really look into the analytics. And he was like, I think he said, maybe I should. I think that's what he said, but he doesn't really pay attention. And I wasn't paying attention to the numbers for a while because I knew what was going on, and I'm not going to let it upset me, or I'm not going to let it stop me. It's just interesting to see, all these different platforms. It's kind of scattered, and it's like, okay, it doesn't mean the lights are going out. It just means the lights are spreading out. So we're spreading out wherever we go even further. And we just have to keep going. That's all there is to it.
yeah, they keep doing it. They're going to sell their own poison. We're not
Yeah.
like that other platforms.
Reap what you sow. That's
Yeah.
right.
So, and hopefully it will notice. People will notice. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So you guys, what have you been feeling this week since we had the let's see, the symposium happened this week, and that was supposedly the start, the 13th, and everything. The end of this week was the beginning of the end. Some people are saying that's the 12 days of darkness, that we're in it. I've heard from a number of different places, and you don't know what to believe anymore, except we got to trust what we feel in our heart that is truth, that we will know it. And I want to ask you how you feel about what's been going around about we're in a 12-day period, the military ops going on, there's people being arrested, blah, blah, blah. But we're not going to have the blackout. It's not going to be as bad as the gloom and doom that everybody was predicting, that it's going to be more of operations here, operations there, like internet going down here, internet going down there, but not the whole thing. Are you guys feeling that as truth, or what are you feeling into for this period that we're in, like this week?
Go, Sarah. So, I did the
Oh, you're
last.
muted. That's why. Yeah.
I unmuted myself.
You're up.
You did.
All right. Well, hot seat it is.
Hot seat. Yeah. How do you feel about what's going on? Like, are you feeling like we're in another week and it's going to be more? Or do you feel like this is it? Like it has to be at the end reveal?
No,
You feel like there's more coming?
I think it's going to be a slow process. I think they're going to drop little dimes on us as they go. I think the rollout of all the disclosure and all that stuff's going to be with over the next, at least the next year. Full disclosure, yeah, it's going to be. I think it'll be. Honestly, I want to say before the end of the year, but I think we're going to have to use our discernment and try to decipher what's true and what's false, but it's kind of true, but they've just been holding back from us.
Right.
In regards to trusting the government, I kind of see the moves that they're making as stuff that's been predicted years ago that's coming to light. So, I don't know. All I can say is I'm investing in crypto. I'm getting my coins up because I'm not gonna have somebody in my pocket.
Great.
And I can't even lie. When you mess with my money, you mess with my emotions.
Mm-hmm.
So I gotta make sure, I've got a foundation that's gonna cover me either which way I go.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
And I see the trend. I see what they're doing. I'm seeing how it's been manipulated. And so I realize that even some of the banks want to keep you from buying crypto.
Even though they're investing in it, right? Even though they're putting their skin in the game and they're getting involved in it, they still want to control your money.
We don't, we're afraid you're getting fraudulently, taken advantage of. No, I'm not. Let me do what I want with my money. I can send it to anybody else if I wanted to, and you wouldn't stop me from doing that. Let me spend my money how I want to. So,
all right, let me ask you guys this question then. Hey, Scotty boy, how's it going? So let me ask you guys this. Do you believe that we, the people, should own our own centralized bank? And that should be, even though we want decentralized, but if we had our own centralized bank that was run on blockchain, quantum financial, Space Force in control of it, that kind of thing. Like if we had that before we move to, where we don't really have to worry about money, because, that's our ultimate goal, is to get out of that whole exchange, but we have to go through it in order to get out of it. Do you guys think that a centralized bank owned by we, the people, would be a good idea?
Yeah, that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, I believe it too.
That's the only thing that's going to happen, because it's all going to be decentralized, and it's going to come down to the new store of value. What's it going to be? And much as, I love gold, love silver, Bitcoin, it just makes more sense. There's only 21 million ever created. Yep. So eventually, and the thing is you can take loans out on what you hold. So nobody will ever have to sell their Bitcoin. So it's going to be the store of value. So yeah, I mean, as far as a bank, it's just going to happen, I think, inevitably, because they'll have to get into it themselves. They can't offer us the interest rates. They can't do anything like that. So, once we understand what it means, like to be your own bank, all this stuff, be on the blockchain, like the city, I think I was talking about it recently, where they're making the first ever blockchain city, Blockchains LLC. They bought 67,000 acres in Nevada, and they're trying to push Nevada to be their own internal government structure and everything, where they'll have rules over schooling. They can make their own laws all within it. So if blockchain can allow for rules and laws to be written, and then you can keep them within that community, will all sort of be able to, like in the city, you know, your toaster has a token value, and every time it runs, you run the network, and so you earn a little bit of rewards, you know. So it's interesting to think of what they're planning ahead of time. And so yeah, I mean, they're already, so we don't want to go into it where it's like we're following them with behind the banks and behind the stuff like that. We have a chance. There's an opening right now, and where we can all kind of. And so yeah, I feel like crypto is just, it's all here. Everything's kind of opening up, but they're going to try and do everything they can to it, but they can't because it's decentralized. People are just going to walk away. You know, hey, we're going to make a law for this. Oh yeah, well, I'm just going to send you what I owe you right here on my little app. You know,
Yeah,
so
right.
it's different. You know, yeah.
I know. Well, they were talking about the blockchain securing, you know, the voting system and that kind of thing.
Right.
And I think that can't happen until we remove the criminals from the system.
Yeah.
We still have to have that. And that, to me, I know we talk about disclosure and full disclosure, Sarah, what you were saying earlier. I agree with you how it's going to be over time. I think the patents and free energy and all that stuff will happen over time, the medical stuff. But I also feel like the people that are removed from office, and when that becomes public, like that can be something that happens soon, because how much more of this can we really take?
Yeah.
You know,
yeah,
got,
then that'll start the ball rolling, and then everybody's got to start finding out all the research. And yeah, so it's either way we do it, unless it's like a blink and then everybody good is put in. But then people won't see it, and then they're not going to understand. Yeah, you know, it's.
But we have to. It's like if you're walking, you know. I don't want to use the word sheep because that's been overused. I don't want to use the word children because that's not really that's our brothers and sisters, right? Everybody, we're brothers and sisters here. And it's like we're all trying to walk as a crowd through this, let's call it hell, right? So we're walking through hell. And I don't want to say real hell doesn't exist or does. I'm not trying to get into religion or anything like that. But it's almost like if we're trying to show people like, here, this is going to be the next phase, or this is going to be the next, this is how we get from, you want to get to C, you have to go to B first. So as we're trying to do that and help people, it feels like they'll get it, but they have to see something in their narrative and their storyline that blows it up for them. Something that really is the big reveal for them, that gets them to get out of that brainwash.
Yeah.
You know? And they really think we're the terrorists, we're the brainwash, because we ask the right questions. So we're bad. Dude, how much more pacifist can you get? Teach peace, right? Like, come on. Yeah. Teach peace. Here, call me a terrorist, man. Let me tell you, if you're watching, like, stop.
That's too funny. No, and I like what you said, because I agree, like with Sara, to kind of go back to that first question. I feel like people are starting to see it, and it's going to come out. And according to, you know, people I follow and stuff, you know, if you guys, I've mentioned Cliff High to you guys, he created the linguistics program. So he created his own software to read linguistics. So he's got a real good catch on what's coming, you know, and he's really just kind of saying they're getting pushed back. They're trying every last stop that they got. And it's going to be important that we don't respond aggressively or reactionary or violently. We just, like you said, teach peace designs. Like, yeah, we know, we know, we've been telling you, you know, and kind of just respond in that way, I think, for people as they come into this, because, yeah, but they definitely need to see something. I mean, I know I've been making more inroads with people, and it's really kind of just like, what I notice is people jump around, you know, what about this? Well, what about that? It's like, well, as long as you stay to that one point, you know, the science doesn't add up for a lot of things. A lot of it doesn't add up. So, you know, we have enough now, and we'll have even more like ammo in the future to kind of defend ourselves. It's not so much about, right, but it's so we want to be there. We want to be in front of these people. We want to have them ask us these questions, but we got to have the right answers. Yeah, it'll be I think that's a smooth transition.
Yeah, I know. You know, I know we're gonna have a smooth transition. Like, you know, when you tap into truth and everything, one of the things that gets me too is the attacks on the heart, and they're attacking love, and they're attacking the heart. When they say things like, well, if you're not following this religion or that person that's going to save you, like, I'm just going to say it, Jesus saves. Yes, he does. I have a personal relationship with him. I grew up as a Catholic Christian, for 12 years of Catholic grade school and high school. I had all the sacraments and all that kind of thing. And I did my duty there, and I did my research and had a lot of questions. Then I went into a Baptist church. So I had the Bible study going on and everything, but everything that I learned that was guiding me to higher truths was brought to me through messages from preachers and things when I initially started. So I knew I was on the right path, but I always had extraordinary experiences as well that confirmed things. So when people attack that haven't had those experiences, and they try to say, like, this is the only way, it's my way or the highway, and they start talking about, religious things, like, well, wasn't he against religion? Didn't he not want to start a religion? Like, just asking for a friend.
Wasn't he poor? Wasn't he, like, yeah.
I know there's lost teachings. I know there's all kinds of things that, like, if you have a personal relationship and he's your brother, he taught us, the brothers and sisters, he taught us that's what we were. He taught about meditation and the chakras and energy, and,
we'll be able to do even more. Right.
Yeah, these things in greater. And it's like, I'm not looking for the power end of it, but when I start looking at the miracles, instead of looking at him as a God, the only God, the son of the only God, and we can't do that. That's not what he said. Go back and research it, not research, just go back and look at the word, look at the things that he actually did say and meditate on that. See if that feels truth. Because I don't think they're going to be twisting some of those things, because that's also in the lost teachings. It's also in the Gnostics and the more mysterious hidden truths of the energetics that he taught. So, yeah. Anyway, I just had to say that because there's attacks. There's attacks.
They might not change what he says, but they'll change what he meant by it.
Right.
It's real easy to. But that's why you said the golden rule. Hello, number one. All of these things that it seems like throughout the whole book was forgotten. And so clearly this is what we're not supposed to do. And regardless, whatever religion, goodness, right? Kindness. It's just, you do something good, you feel good. You do something bad, you feel bad. At least, unless we're psychopaths or something. It's just like, that it's not so hard. I think, all the finding, all the readings, all of the, I think we're getting lost.
Yeah. And there's so many distractions going on right now. So much. I was at a friend's house. I was actually like an invited guest, and they wanted to learn more about energy and stuff. They're awakening, but they're awakened to everything. And it happened really fast. For them, it happened after the election. And they just started inquiring about things, and they built a website, and they're spreading the word, teaching people some of the truths they learned about some of the things that are censored on the internet, which I won't get into all of that, but you know what I'm talking about. So they started going down the rabbit holes, and they started doing their own research, not listening to the TV to tell them, I won't go off on that because I can.
I love it.
And so they wanted to know more about the spiritual components. And then it's like, I got a group sitting here, there's 10 of us, right? And I make sure everybody's in a circle because nobody's more important than anybody else. Everybody has an equal thing to say. Everybody's at their own different stage of learning about what truth is to them. And it was interesting because I felt like I had like 911D coming in speaking, but I felt like I got a new understanding of my Ds. And it's like, it was like, here we're getting 3 and 4 marry each other. You have to work those two together. And then you got like 5 and 6 have to marry because you got 5th dimensional left and you got 6th dimensional right. They have to marry each other and come together and work as a partner. And then 7 and 8, and then 9 and 10, and it's like masculine, feminine, and right. Yeah. They were showing me these marrying dimensions, marrying aspects of yourselves. When they become one, you're not having separate, or they work in tandem as a team because one may be more healing oriented, the other might be more mudra with technology oriented.
Yeah, sure.
And it's not so your phone is the extension of you, and AI, like it's artificial intelligence extension of your body. The mudras are your technologies, hand of God, Holy Spirit. You've heard me talk about these things, you guys. I know so I was explaining some of this to some of the people last night, a couple of them when we had a little breakout and a few people were talking here and there. There was a 2 people that I was talking to, and it reminded me of when we were in Shasta, just like we're right now. There's 3 of us. It's a pyramid right now. And when we activated the pyramids of powers, the infinity trinity, and we were doing that kind of work, pyramid pillars, I think we were calling it or something.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, that's what happened last night. And there was a couple of us talking, and we just sort of like activated our own pillar. And I'm watching it all going on and say everything that was going on. But it's almost like certain people are meant for certain things, even when they feel like they're overwhelmed and they're just waking up and they're getting information and they're learning. It feels like, you know, they're old souls, and they chose to wake up later and later and later, and they're absorbing everything at like such a fast pace. I couldn't do it. I needed the long, slow. Maybe I'm a little more dense. They're a little older. I needed a nice, long, slow wake up. Some of these people, like, I don't know how they do it. They
Yeah.
wake up and they're just on overload, on learning, like nonstop. I don't know. I don't know
That's
how they
how
do
it
it. My
happened
hat's
for
off.
me. That's how it happened for me when I started. I mean, I was dabbling here and there, and I was figuring out, like, what are all these people talking about higher self? And then it all just kind of hit me. I had that, click in everything, and I went, oh my God. I just was like, I had to redo it. So yeah, but it was, I always call for grace and ease. So I like to think that I did have, everyone's going to go at their faster pace, and especially all the digging we had to do, like I was saying, shout out to the UFO conspiracy theorists, because it's true now. All these people, psychological health their whole lives, and they've been right. So yeah, going through it, if we just had the pleasure of going through it at a heavier, denser decade than the one we're in now. That touches to the first question, like, what Sara was saying with where everybody's at. I think everybody is getting lifted up. How they react, we'll see.
Yeah. There's a lot of reaction going on, isn't there? So listen, I'm texting with Sherri right now. She's actually having a hard time getting on. I know we were talking about technical issues in the beginning, and I was telling you guys about my mom's internet, and there's different things that are happening, little outages here and there. Well, our intention was set. Sorry about this. I try to multitask when I do these
She
things,
just
but
messaged us, yeah.
I think Sherri's watching us and she's trying to get on, but she can't right now. But don't worry, we're clearing and holding space for you, Sherri, my dear. Whenever you can, get on. If you can't, we'll be over on Sherri's channel tomorrow, I believe, and just let me know if that's if that's gonna happen. I forget what time we even do. Oh my God, I'm so sorry, honey. Hopefully she'll be able to get on and tell us what time we're going on tomorrow. All right. I'm going to try to send her this link again. So
Cool.
you guys, Sara and Michael, let's talk about something that maybe we might want to do tonight. Maybe we can do something for Scotty Boy or do a little card reading or healing, or if anybody wants garden telepathy, anybody else on. If you guys want something specific, just say something in the comments and let us know. And meanwhile, I'm going to try to send another invite and see if that'll help her.
Doing that bit of it, when we get together here last hour, so we can create stuff. So that's cool. I like definitely already created last time smooth transition for people. So let's imagine that's already implemented and manifesting. So now, I mean, it's just gonna have to be gentle. The gentle truth that has to seep in to the minds, just a little bit here and there. I guess, I don't know. It's tough because I was thinking about it earlier too. There's some things when you tell people one thing and then you point to why it happened, and then they just go, "Oh, I know, that's crazy," and then they don't go further. So it's a lot of times these points that we keep reiterating. It's timing, right? Divine timing. If they're supposed to know, they're being guided. I guess their souls are on it.
Yeah. Yes, their souls are on it for sure. They know when it's the right time to unfold.
They'll guide us to hear, or whatever channels, right? Wherever they need to go to hear it. Yeah.
Hey, we've got Jeanette with us. Hey, what's up? Game Crusher 105. All right. And Scotty Boy, you're on here. All right. What do you think? We'll give her a couple minutes, see if she can get on this invite?
Yeah,
see if we can get her on here.
25 minutes in here.
Yeah, we'll give a couple minutes, and then because Michael, you got a show. Let me put that one up for you.
Yeah,
you've got a show right after this, and it's spiritual cryptos. on YouTube with Michael Rolla, and that's going on 6:30 Western time, which would be 9:30 our time.
Yes. Yep.
Okay, so Sherri, if you have the StreamYard app, oh, you have to open it up in Safari. I see.
Oh yeah. If she's
All right.
clicking the messenger. Yeah.
She's in her
She doesn't have
phone.
to. Does she have any
She's
other apps on her phone that she can open it up through?
Well, it's telling
Yeah.
her when she clicks through that she has to either it says copy the link and then go in. So copy the link and then go into whatever browser your phone is using right now.
Or click the 3 buttons that are usually up top and it'll say open in browser.
Yeah. We'll get you. Don't worry, sis. We got you.
Yeah. Yeah. One way or another, you can get through that. Should be able to.
It sounds like I've got a storm over me right now. So if it goes black, you know why.
Oh my God. Yes. She's got like tornadoes in her sky. She's got all these clouds she was showing me before the stream. And I was like, oh, wow.
I hear it. It's outside. It's above us now. So just giving you heads up.
All right.
Yeah, we still got fires out here in Cali, so
Okay.
it
Send it that
overtook
way.
second biggest fire. Yeah.
All right. Listen, you guys, Sherri's not going to be able to make it. It looks like she says she's really sorry and she feels bad. Don't feel bad. It's not your fault. You drive safe, honey. Don't worry. We will be on tomorrow. Just shoot me a text what the time is so I can announce it because I'm drawing a brain fart. I know we've done it 2 weeks in a row. Sorry about that. All right, you guys, what would you like to do with our time? Do you want to get into some work? Do you want to get into something for everybody that's watching and feel out the energy for the collective of the group watching and see what they need? Or is there something specific? Because I know the smooth transition is one thing, but I'm feeling like there's more attacks coming at people and they don't recognize the true prophets that they really are. And that these are the times where they're going to be called names, celebrate it, not really celebrate it, but you know what I mean? These are the times where it's like, you just got to stick to that truth that you are. And I'm feeling a lot of heart chakra, like fear in the heart. Yeah.
I got a lot of pink coming through, which is the feminine, divine love. Pink, light blue for masculine.
Oh.
And that's truth too, with the blue. So
Yes,
maybe
it is.
Maybe because they need the fire to know their truth, but if they get the fire before they know their truth, it might, I'm just thinking pink and blue. We need to swirl, put them in people's hearts, something like that. That's what I had.
Yep.
Blue for the truth.
Blue for the truth.
Right.
Golden, white in the heart.
Anchor your light. We can do golden earth, substance. We can do white light from space.
All right.
The station original energies. Like doing my pillars. So,
yeah. All right. So if you or you're at comments, just so we know what states you're representing or countries. If you're from another country, just give us a shout out where you're located, and that'll help us to center point some of the energies, because I know there's powerhouses right now. Like, Sara, you've got that storm right over your head. You can use that, use that lightning, thunder, spread that out over the grid, and we'll Michael throw some lightning bolts back and forth.
we got a lot of fire.
I'm telling you, I started telling you about last night real quick, and the energy was circling around, and I started feeling the Kundalini rising, but I could feel it whooshing around the room because I was holding the grid, I guess, in the room. And I'm trying to hold the formation, and it started moving really fast. And then all of a sudden, everybody's like, "Oh my God, I'm really hot." Yeah, I'm really hot. All of a sudden, they started saying that, and I was like, "Yeah, me too." Like, talking about it later with someone else. It's Kundalini, it's heart openings, it's expansion. It feels, women in a certain age, it feels like hot flashes when the Kundalini's rising. It's an internal heat, and it's wonderful when you know what it is. When you don't know what it is, it can be a little uncomfortable in the beginning, but it all settles down. Just be ready to ground that. We've got Boston, Massachusetts here. We've got Yelm, Washington. All right. Pennsylvania, California, Kansas in the house.
Yeah.
So
triangle, at least.
Yes, it is. All right, you guys.
Why don't we
So,
start off with some tapping and move the energy in?
yeah, Sarah, will you please lead us? I'm feeling so scattered myself. I have to kind of spread out first, gather everything and pull it in. So I'll do that. And then do you want to lead us in what you're feeling? You're so good
Sure.
at it. You're so powerful. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
So let's just set the intentions that we're going to ground in first. So just imagine your body like a tree, ground into the center core of Gaia. Plant those roots deep, deep, deep. So you're going to have some interaction. Hopefully you're going to get some sensation through your feet, just to confirm that you've got that connection. Allow that energy to flow up. And I always start with the heart center, just honestly to start with gratitude. Thankful for being able to be here, be present, share the space with you guys. So if you can, just tap the heart center just a couple times. Give it a little thump. Okay, keep breathing deep. And then as you exhale, you're just going to release any negativity, anything low vibration that is just not suitable to be in this space right now for our intentions. So if you had a hard day at work, just exhale and let that go. If you had a hard day with your kiddos, let that go. So then we're going to move both hands to the shoulders, or actually the little blade in between the shoulders. We'll just tap there. Then we're going to start working on the chin. What this is going to do is send the energy up through all the key points of the meridians. So you're going to be able to receive and give energy back to the planet and to the collective. Let's do under the eyes. Just a nice light tap. Then on the sides of the eyes, kind of like the temple, not the temple, but what's that called, Michael?
It is the
side
temple,
of the
yeah.
eye. Is it the temple?
Yeah.
Seems like every time I do this, my ears start to ring a little bit, so it's always a weird sensation for me.
Triggers the water in my brain. I can feel it.
And then we'll tap on the third eye. Okay, I think that's good. I don't know about you, but I feel vortexy a little bit. I feel it all moving through my fingers, out my crown.
If you're talking to the roof of your mouth, you'll feel the connection. Yeah, if you can break it, that's why when we exhale, we can get all that out because it breaks it and then release.
Yeah, we learned that in transmitting Reiki when you're a Reiki master and you're doing the attunements for other people. One of the positions is putting your tongue on the roof of the mouth so that you can hold all the key and you doing like, I want to say Braxton Hicks. That's not the word. It's like a Kegel exercise, but you hold it so that the energy stays in I forget the name of it too, but it goes in its path and it stays in here. And then microcosmic orbit. Thank you. And then you transmit that out as more powerful. So you're blowing out with your tongue on the roof of your mouth and you're blowing out around it.
If you ever get in, sorry, Michael, go ahead.
No, they get really complicated. I was just going to say, when you get into them, but yeah, microcosmic orbit, like if you stay with the one, just keep doing it. Yeah, it seems to work.
Yeah.
And you guys can do that at home. You can repeat that process. There are more. There's some on the side of the hands. There's different parts of the body that you can do, but you can do that easily to get the energy moving. So just focus on your breath at this point. The energy is going to move, and if you're sitting up nice and straight, you're going to be able to take a bigger, deeper breath. So the deeper you go, the more energy you can put outwards. So see if you can hold it for 3 to 6 seconds as you're breathing in. Hold it still, maybe even suck in just a little bit more air, just to push it down, and then release it out.
I love that you can feel that heat when you do that. You can feel the heat all through.
Yeah, remember your whole lungs, the diaphragm, all that, right? Like you said, down low, bottom of the lungs, sides, back. Because we're always breathing up here, surface. But yeah, I felt that definitely. I noticed it in the middle. What happened? One of these spaces that I could breathe a little better. Yeah, right off the bat.
Yeah, I feel that in my breath
You should be feeling
too.
the burn, and
Yes.
you should feel it just move just so ever so slightly.
Yeah.
But
It's
definitely, it's magical, because if you're coming from just that being of yourself, that heart center, that oneness, imagine the love you have for your friends, your children, your family. Think of anything that brings you just the most joy. I remember this situation. Think of that as you're breathing. Send that vibration out to everything.
Yeah.
So
powerful.
Yeah.
Let's do 3 or 4 breaths, and then just set that intention, and we're going to send that out to the collective, that whenever they have an issue of some type of distress, some kind of conflict, some kind of contrast, to stand back, observe it, take a deep breath in, and give back something with love.
Yeah.
React with love. React with compassion. Compassion is love.
This is good.
Yeah.
Silence is golden.
It is. Oxytocin. That's unconditional love. It energizes that. Isn't that they say it's only at birth and death? Is that oxytocin, or oxytocin's the love? Oh, it's DMT. It's birth and death. That's what that was.
I think so.
Yeah.
And that's. Go ahead, Linda. Go ahead.
No, please, you finish.
I was just going to say that, and I'm trying to get it out. It's that love vibration is orgasmic. It could be dirty, it could be good. It's just all of it. So it's balanced. It's sorry.
It's intense in it's a quantum orgasmic kind of feeling of love. That we were talking about, that unconditional love and what that feels like. And I was sharing an experience I had when my crown chakra opened, and I could actually hear what sounded like, imagine a stone door, and it going inside the wall, going, what a stone door going in the wall would sound like if it moved fast. That's what it sounded like when the crown chakra opened. And I got flooded with this light, and it was it could have stretched out for a million years, eternity, but it also happened so darn fast. When it shut, it slammed shut. And I was like, no, because it was such a warm, eternal, like that's all that I needed. And I had that in the 90s. That happened to me before some other spiritual things started happening. But when that crown chakra opens and you get that flood of light, it's just like, you can't describe it, but it's giggle. Everything is giggle.
Yeah.
You're naturally high on life. You're naturally feeling that love vibration. And I was trying to share this with the crowd last night and with the circle. I was telling people about not reacting emotionally to things and explaining how everywhere you go, it's frequency, it's vibration. So we're getting into a discussion about this a little bit, and I'm trying to ingrain in their hearts that wherever they go, they are leaving their light codes. So I'm talking to them in a little bit of a different language, but I'm tying in what their old belief structures were, because they're familiar with heart and energy and chakras, and some of them didn't know what chakras were. So I was working with all different levels. And I also had people there that could see beings, like in other dimensions, but they see with their stomach. I've never met anybody like that. It was pretty great. But trying to just leave that knowledge, that self-empowerment with people, that they can tap in their own gifts, their own ability, wherever they go, their touch on somebody, their eyes projecting light, their mouth is sending out frequencies through the vibration of the tone of their words. Because one thing we see now is we see people reacting with emotional charges and reactions to things. You were just talking about not being emotionally reacting to things earlier, and that's it. It's like, if we react to something charged, we have something in ourselves that might have been tucked under the covers for a little bit or under the rug. So we might need to look at that. What is that? We might have to thank it. It's a choice. Forgive it, thank it, let it go, what you have to do. But when you can finally be grateful, truly grateful, it's a love thing. And you can be grateful for that experience, all of it, all of the loss, all of the pain. How can you be grateful for an experience where you were used and abused and beaten or raped or stabbed or stolen from or betrayed, or think of all the horrible things, right? How can you be grateful for that? Well, without pain, you don't grow. And that's what we know as humans. We know that to be true. With pain comes growth if we choose it. We can also stay in victim mode, and we don't have growth in that. There's no growth in victim mode. In fact, you steal energy from other people. But when you grow from that, you have less emotional charge to things. You can therefore feel things and feel them fully. So we had a nice little discussion about this last night, and things started getting really hot. It's getting kind of hot. They blamed it on the wine, but I wasn't drinking any wine. I just had water. So I know it was the energy.
Yeah,
it felt really good.
You make a good point, because when the crown like that, that's not even third eye, like foreshadowing or knowing. That's crown. That's soul knowing. So when that opens up, yeah, it'll everything you remember again has been planned by you with all of us, and you just hit that point and you're just like, wow, like, we're getting upset over it really is different levels. Because then, unconditional love, you start thinking of the heart off the bat, and that's a whole nother experience where it enlivens, that your whole body and everything you believe in, so much comes in. But then when you have like the crown, that's the perspective that I think, with everyone can really use for all this. Yeah. And
I mean,
we'll get there soon. 5D, so that means we're up to here, right? So we're almost got 6 and 7. We're almost there.
Right, and that's right where you are. That's another thing, is you're not going anywhere. You're staying where you are. You're just going to perceive more dimensions in the space that your physical body is occupying. Right. We are opening up the dimensions within ourselves. So to see people get that in an aha moment is brilliant. It's brilliant, because you can see the light go on, and you can kind of see the lights going on upstairs. Like
the eyes, yeah.
It's awesome. It's so awesome. The eyes get so much brighter and wider.
Yeah.
Like, I have to say, this is completely off topic, but you're going to laugh. So somebody was bringing up the fact that Fauci is Mother Teresa's son, or could be. It's rumored, whatever, however they brought it up. And one person so blown away by that. And it led into several and then we brought it back. And then probably an hour later, this person comes back again. I still can't get past this. And it's funny because you start to feel what's truth or what's not truth or what's rumor. You know, we're at a point now where there's some things you know for a fact in your heart. You just know it's true. Other things you know, geez, okay, that could be right. That could be something else. We're in a time of disinformation. That's why we are supposed to not be believing everything we hear and see and watch and whatever. It's almost like we know when it's time to withdraw and come back into here. Because if you're opening the heart space up, you follow the truth that is your North Star within. It's your internal GPS system. And you don't react with emotional triggers anymore. You just don't. I think we have a special guest here with us tonight.
Right.
Oh, and
Hey,
hello.
Sherri. You made it.
I did. I'm sorry for the last couple minutes, but I wanted to get on. How are you guys?
Good
Sorry
to
we
see you.
interrupted the flow.
Glad you
Yeah.
decided to hop on. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You just transformed our triangular infinity trinity into a circle square, and you've just included everything.
A circle square, really? A circle square?
Circle square.
Well, listen,
Oh my
we did have Scotty
gosh.
Boy make a comment earlier about being a square and a peg circle. Wait, hold on.
yeah.
I will say it right. A square,
I know what you
a
mean.
square peg trying to
peg.
fit into a circle reality. Wait, I'm just going to put it up so you can all
That's
read
what
it.
it feels like. Oh my God.
He made this comment earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I feel like a square peg.
What's a persuader?
Persuader.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Scotty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right on.
Yeah, totally. I know. Yeah, that's
So,
the, yeah. Go ahead.
Sherri, we're going to give you a little bit of platform here to speak if you want to talk about what's been going on with your channel or anything, or if you want to. If you don't, that's fine, but we can zap it. We'll hold you in space. Please tell us.
That's awesome. Yeah, so it was interesting. So just all kinds of really weird things happening this week. Not to me, but just I don't know. I got to figure it out. But anyway, one of the things that happened was today I got out. So last night I went to bed and I had, I had an energy update that I put on last night. And
I gotta watch that.
Yeah, it's real short, but I had 6 likes and like 31 views or 30 views or something like that. This morning when I got on to check, I had 1 like and I think like 29 views or something like that. And I thought, I know that's not me. Let me go in. So I looked at my analytics. The analytics said 6 likes, like when you go in the back, the back door.
Yeah.
But the public said 1.
Mm-hmm.
The analytics said that I had 30 views. That wasn't too far off. And the public said 29 views or something like that. So yeah, there's that going on. And then when I was trying to get on my phone, half an hour ago to get on the broadcast, StreamYard was telling me I needed Safari. So I'm trying to download Safari in my apps on my phone. There was no Safari app. None.
Mm-hmm.
It was
That's
Google.
weird.
It was something else, all top Google, Yahoo, right? But no Safari app. So
You
I
have
couldn't
iPhone?
Use Brave.
What's that?
You
I'm
have an
using
iPhone?
Brave.
Yeah, iPhone.
You have an iPhone. You should have Safari on there.
But you can use
It's
Brave.
automatically on it.
Yeah,
Brave.
I have Brave, right? So I was trying to use Brave,
Oh.
and
You can click
yeah,
the 3
and
dots, and then I get that all the time too. Every time we try
yeah,
to
that's
go
what it
live.
was saying. But
Yeah.
I couldn't see the 3 dots. Oh, down at the bottom. That's what it is. Okay,
It's
I
probably
got it.
somewhere, because you got an iPhone, I got an Android, so I don't even know if that's what it
Okay.
looks like for you. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think I had deleted my Safari app just because I don't use it. I use Google, but I was going to try to download it again. Nowhere to be found. I just messed with my settings and my general settings and things. I was just like, what is going on? Like all these really weird. My car got towed earlier this week. I've never had my car towed ever. Someone
Coming at you, Sherri. They're coming at you
yeah,
hard.
they are. Today I got a call, fraud prevention from my bank, back in PA, that someone had used my car for Uber Eats, my card 3 times. So now I have to get a new card.
Oh no.
I've had spirits showing up, like literally showing up, like in my bed, in my kitchen. Yeah. Like here I am, but not good energy. So I've had to clear all it. So it's really interesting. Really
Do you
interesting.
need
I sound
some?
like I want to rant, but
Do you want some help with fortification? Should we fortify
that
the
would be
fields?
awesome.
Let's
Yeah,
fortify
and
everybody's
so-
fields. So let's
Yeah.
do this for everyone who's watching. We'll do this for everybody here and everybody watching. We're going to fortify some fields because I think the whole point of it is they shouldn't be messing with us at all. But even the fact that they're messing with you a little bit, it doesn't matter even. It's not like thousands and tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of viewers and huge influential circles, but it's truth.
Just
And they know
exactly.
we're bagged and tagged as not bagged. We're tagged. They know who we
Yeah.
are. They know what truth
Yep.
is and how it resonates, and they're trying to stomp it out wherever they can.
Yeah,
And they're not gonna stop, they ain't gonna stop this. We're wearing the full armor of God, people.
exactly.
Like we know where we stand, and we don't have to explain it.
Can't
So
upload stuff on Instagram. Yeah, just like little. And the thing is, I've been caught now. I'm a little elevated right now, but I've just been like, okay, this is it. Just really calm. I haven't freaked out.
yep.
Just like, this is what you're bringing me. I'm going to navigate it. You're teaching me how to navigate it. That's what I'm doing.
Just means we're winning.
Exactly, Michael.
Thanks,
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah, exactly. You're just showing me how it is. All
I
right.
feel even more comfortable talking about it now. Yep.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yes, that's it. And we can't be afraid. We just say what we say.
Yep.
And if they're
Exactly.
playing whack-a-mole, guess what? The White Hats are playing whack-a-mole too. And
Yeah.
pretty soon when you get whacked, you ain't getting back up. So
Yep.
we're counting on our military and our White Hats and all the people behind the scenes that have been doing work that we haven't been able to see on the surface. We're trusting our teams because we know we get to spend time and dream time in those worlds, and we know what's going on. But we don't. So we're not going to claim that we know more than we do because we don't. We're like the blind leading the blind, but we have a skill set that enables us to navigate these things. We've turned on our inner screens. And what we're going to do is we're going to use our connection to the Christ grid, which we are all connected to, which keeps us all connected in that light. And we're just going to expand that energy out and we're going to fortify it. So we're going to bring that light in tonight and take a deep breath. I feel like spirit just wants to get going. So we're just going to take a deep breath in, connect with that overlaid tree that Michael's talked about before, but Sara brought in beautifully tonight. Allow your feet to root down into the earth. Just everybody, I feels like everybody just boom, 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 connected right away. Like there's no trouble anymore when you know what it is. You're right there. So heart expansion is like your own toroidal field. It's going out in 360. We have the sun in the center. We're just going to connect all of our points now. And we're going to send it through the grid of all the points where I've anchored across the United States. Take a deep breath in. And when you breathe out, just send it in the Christ grid highway. Send it out. Just push it out. Let it go where it wants to go. You might see me zipping around real fast. So if you're catching me on the inner screen, just give me a high five. Up on the West Coast. Washington. Sorry, Sara, I went right past you. Down California. Sherri, coming down to you. All right, your fields are pretty good. It looks like they're pretty strengthened right now. So I am just going to blend in the cords that I'm bringing in that are Christ-like cords, and I'm going to expand and fortify your field. Allow yourself to see it melting from the inside. Just stand in there. Hold your space. Allow your toroidal field to flower out. I'm pulling your branches out through the top of the Christ grid, centering in the field surrounding your entire property. And I want you to just blow it out now and blow it out to your entire division because you have your division anchored in. So send it out to your space in your locality.
Wow.
Just allow that to soften. Now remember, this is your field. You are commander-in-chief, just like everybody is in their space. You are commander-in-chief of your field. You are the captain. You are the master of your own domain. Sorry. Oh, sorry. Seinfeld references. It wasn't supposed to be that. But you are. So,
Skippy.
Go ahead, Michael.
I said, darn Skippy we are.
Oh.
I didn't hear nothing wrong. Keep going.
Sara is so strong in the pillar. You have this flowing energy that's going up and out and around, up and out and around. It's like 360 degrees. It's nonstop. It's like an eternal fountain. And you're just saying, go ahead, take what you need, take what you need. That's what your higher self is standing up there doing this, like this, all the way around. All right. Anybody who's watching, anybody who's checking into this later, anybody who's tapping in, who's doing with us, just take a deep breath in and bring your toroidal field, bring your heart, your sun, your eternal sun inside of you to the center of your heart, and just expand it out a little bit more each time. Let it go past your body. Let it go past your arc field, and let it go out as far as it can into your division. Don't go too far. Just keep it in your division. And as you do that, see the sun, see the liquid light coming in, up and through and around, not just radiating out from the sun, although the sun is in the middle of it. And you are in the middle of that. That is your center point. You take that sun with you everywhere, wherever you speak, wherever you look, wherever you gaze your eyes upon. That light of your soul comes through your eyes, comes through your speech. It goes through your light codes. It goes through the ethers, but mostly important, it travels through the Christ grid, the Christ consciousness grid that we are creating, anchoring, fortifying, and we claim as our birthright. We extend it now to include all the way up and above us into space, and we bring it, drop it all the way down like a blanket that's going straight down and into earth and down into the crystalline core of Gaia. Take a deep breath in, breathe out anything that no longer serves, and breathe out blessings to everyone else who is calling for this energy. Anyone who's praying for the return of Christ, let them feel the return within themselves. Let them feel the risen Christ within their hearts. Let the expansion of truth swell in their hearts so that they can feel what the one true living light within them is. Let them feel that Holy Spirit rise up with the Christ risen, the light shining within them. So it is. Anybody else want to do some work while we're standing here in the grid? Anybody got something they want to do? You feeling anything?
I'm good.
Like placing time bombs all over.
Yeah. Christ bombs.
Right.
Yeah.
They're pink. Rose quartz that planted all around. A lot of tremors are going to start happening as this happens. We're creating tremors by doing this work. So let's just remember that we got to help them. You know, as much as hard of a thing as it can be, this journey, there will come a time when it's going to flip, and then we're going to need to be there for them. So
Yeah.
Just gentle. We got Lionsgate. We're coming out of it. People will start to believe in themselves more, believe in their own intentions, their own loves, realizing what is important: family, friends, abundance, health, and that's what's going to bring everyone back to their center, and then we'll have it all set up.
I think when the tremors start, it's one of the things they showed me, and I wrote about this dream. It was very lucid, real life, like in the real life dream. If you know that what I'm saying, then good on you. But they showed me how the connecting cells of reality, the bubbles, the plasmic bubbles around people, their energy fields, the universes around people of multi-dimensions. All right, put it that way. When we see somebody really off, like let's say we have a gathering and people come in and somebody's energy is just really off. Maybe they're really hyper because they're learning a lot, but they're really unstable. It's our duty and our obligation as Christ light holders, gritters, spreaders, blessers, whatever you want to call it. It's our duty to surround them in a 7D and higher bubble, 7, 8D now combined the way I'm understanding it. Surrounding them in that bubble that's like a gift. It's like a plasmic, but you can make the ball, expand it, throw it at them if you want. You could just erect it. You can shoot it from a hand of God technology and then have it drip down over their toroidal field, but it's your protection mechanism that you're gifting them. And the intention goes when you send this to them that if they're praying for and calling for in their heart from the right place, and it's their time, they're calling for healing, or they're calling for understanding, or they're calling for peace within, that they receive the rays that they need from that energy. And also that they calm, that their transition is calm so that they can let go of all the false densities that are on them that are controlling their filter systems, and that they can step into the truth that their light within will show them. Not a light without, not a false light, not a false leader, not a false narrative, not fake anything. The true light within themselves. Because that's the only place really where we can find the truth anymore. It's a shame. Except within like what we see reflected back in our eyes and soul family eyes. Like soul recognition is important. But
that opens the connection, maybe we don't need to push so hard and all that stuff, but when you wrap people in your love, they're gonna, whether they realize it or not consciously, that connection is open. They might come to you. You might be the one, right? We have to hold the space for them, because we might be the only one that they've ever heard talk like this, or you might, and so where do I get this information? So if we're coming hard, or if it's this, or if it's that, I mean, everyone that we can wrap and we can open up, we just got to keep those open, make sure yourself.
And their soul can decide for themselves. First of all, if you're sending something, I know I can feel questions coming up for maybe somebody watching later, because I know people watching right now probably don't have these questions, but if you're sending something to somebody, this is what it might be. Might it be violating their free will if you're wrapping them in 7D or 8D plasmic energy? And no, the answer is it's not violating their free will, because you're sending it to a soul level. You're sending it to a 7 and 8D married dimensional level. You're dripping it around them. Their soul can easily say, no, thank you, and send it right into earth, and it'll keep going. It won't stay erected around them if that's not their soul plan. You're not interfering. You're not going into their personal fields and reading them, which I think a lot of people, when they do readings, you guys understand now, you're getting downloads from your higher self. You're reading from your heart space. You're not going into anybody's field. And one of the things where they're trying to divide our community now, and I say ours as in the spiritual communities, new agey stuff, new agey cult stuff, this, that, the other. One of the things they're trying to say is they're coming after the readers specifically. And I've been seeing this in, that's occult stuff. Tarot is bad, blah, blah, blah. Okay. And maybe it is if you're listening to religious dogmatic rules where they say, no. Okay. But when you're doing a reading for someone, if you're doing a psychic reading, because you're picking up, for lack of better terms, you're not telling anybody their fortune. You're not telling them their future. You usually, when you're pulling cards for people, and you do this, you guys all know this, but I'm saying this for people watching's benefit. A card flipped out like that. Look at this. Look what card just picked out.
Why is that?
Perfection. That's the divine spirit working in. Now, a card might come out that's perfection, could be coupled with writing. And maybe when you're doing a reading, your higher self is downloading saying it's the perfect time for you to start writing again. Now, yeah, anybody can figure that out or say that. That's true. But a lot of times when readers are going deep, they're getting the higher self of the person you're doing the reading for. The soul level is communicating with your level, downloading it to you, and you're interpreting what you're getting. You're using cards as a tool. It's not a Satan thing. It's not anything like that. So when you hear about people reading or whatever, please use your discernment, because there's people like us that do things like that. And it is in no way, shape, or form any reason to be concerned. And it's not a Satan thing.
Right.
Not a Satan thing, I promise you.
Unless you're writing Satan books, or something like that. But that just illustrates the point. It's just a card is a card. It's you, man. It's you.
It is
They're
you.
taking responsibility off of me.
But don't you think too, like this is part of what's going on too with they're trying to divide, like,
Yes.
because we are all capable of it. It just happens that we have opened up to it maybe a little bit earlier in time speak than everyone else. But this is where the planet's going to be. So it is a threat. It is, because people don't understand it.
It's a threat to them and to the ones they've been conditioning, because if you look at it as a let's go kindergarten, let's go real kid, not even first grade here, not or second grade simple. Let's go kindergarten. If you have okay, it's hard to dumb this down. Let's just say there's a battle for souls. And if you have a battle for souls, what are you going to do? You're going to try to save as many of your souls as you can. And there's only really two ways it can go. So when it comes to a point in your life and you got to pick a side, do you want to go with the Satan side or do you want to go with the other side? Like kind of easy. For me, it's easy for me. But I know there's other people that are confused. I'm not trying to mock that. I'm not trying to make that into anything that it's not. It's people have to come to a point of cognitive dissonance, like you were saying earlier. One of you guys was saying that. You got to come to that point of cognitive dissonance where something just isn't right. So maybe it would be beneficial to say, okay, I'm going to reserve my criticisms and judgments because I need to check my beliefs and my disbeliefs. I need to really look into what's real, what's not real. Because a lot of it's just crumbling.
And that's okay. There's so much unnecessary fear about just, having another idea. For me, growing up Lutheran, singing in choir as a kid, ask Mom, what's the difference? Religion. Some people believe in Jesus, some people don't. It's like, I still don't care. Is he real? I don't care. Was he not real? I don't care. Because at the end of the day, we're all asking for all the answers from all the stuff out there. And when you go inside and you're like, hey, Jesus, and he's just like, boom, and you're just like, oh, hey, what's up?
Hey, what's up, buddy? Right. He's a brother.
I'll give you
alive the way they said you were alive. And he's like, yeah, kind of, it's multidimensional. Okay. So it's all true. All right, guys, there. It's just like it's too much. It's too.
Yep. And everybody, the point is that everybody can do it themselves.
Yeah.
And when they don't know how, they feel like, well, because you're saying you can do it, you're somehow better, more evolved, an older soul. No, we're all brothers and sisters. It's like if we're all at the circus and we're all trying to get our brothers and sisters together to say, this is how we're going to walk out of here because the circus is over. Seen it, been there, done that. Time to move on. We want to get everybody out of the tent before they can start taking a dump.
They're still on the trapeze.
Wait, I think the circus is burning.
Everyone has their own too. Everyone has their own act in the circus, and maybe the first act comes out first and then at the very end, there's another one at the end. So, I mean, a metaphor for we chose to do what we did. We chose to come here. We chose the path that is living out. So some of us are going to be, at the tail end, and it's not right or wrong. It's just because that's what you chose. That's the way it's supposed to play out. That was the lesson you needed until that moment in time when everyone, when you decided to come on board or whatever however you want to say it. So
that's a big one there. Yeah. Tell when you first realize, oh, I did this all myself. Really?
Yeah.
That's a big one for people to even start. So yeah, either they're going to find out quick and easy, or they'll find out the harder way. Maybe I'll say harder. But
and keeping the heart,
we'll be here holding space.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's keeping, like, Linda, I love that you had like the heart space at the end of that, and Michael, you were talking about it, like just holding that heart space. And I can see these wheels, like I was placing wheels in the heart space just to kind of keep it going, just to keep people's hearts open. And because it's tough when you're receiving judgment or giving out judgment and you just want to close the heart right up. But that's part of what we're doing right now, is trying to keep it open. So just kind of seeing that wheel just keep going and perpetuating the love and the light.
I like that you said that, because it literally, I remember when my heart started to expand, not open, because I can't recall how it opened the first time or say whatever, but when it's opening and it expands and you feel that, it can be misinterpreted. We were talking about this on your channel, weren't we? It feels like anxiety.
Yes.
The first, when you don't know what it is, it feels like anxiety. And it's like, well, wait a minute, your heart just opened, because it's almost like a bigger vacuum now, and it's love space, and it's expanding, and it's more space. And that can really feel like anxiety. So in order for people to know the difference, or know that that's okay, or understand that it's energetic and these things do mock or mimic other feelings. So to be able to sit with that, that's why I try to tell people, if they're feeling anxiety, feel it, and feel it fully. Feel it fully. Because if you don't, you'll always look at it as, ooh, bad. Heart opening, bad. Anxiety. I've got anxiety. It's bad. How many times have you heard people saying, I have anxiety. It's my anxiety stopped me from this or that. We all feel it. We all know what anxiety is. But when your heart expands and we misinterpret that for anxiety, we do shut it down and we want to close it. We don't even know we're doing it consciously, because we just go, ooh, that feels bad. But once you understand when a heart opening is a chance to put building blocks on that of compassion and empathy, and it's not going to hurt you. It actually helps, but you have to go through the pain first of understanding that anxiety and that heart opening is like your heart stretching, and it's something you're not used to. And you have to try it on a little bit and feel it until you are comfortable with it. Like the training wheels, when the training wheels come off, you're wobbly, you got to stabilize. So it's the same thing with energy.
Well, your and it's your energy, and so to push it away to anything, you're no wrong. And then now you're disconnected from why it's happening, up here, because you're not being. And when you embrace it, when you go into the darkness, even though it's scarier before you go in, but then once you're in there, and then you see, oh, okay, so you're there, you're here, and it's all affecting me like this. Well, everybody needs to relax, because I'm here now. I can see it. I don't want to feel this way, but you have to first be able to see it. And a lot of people, that's the problem. And there's too much fear. There's so much fear with most people. They don't want to do a lot of that stuff. So yeah, when it's we have to, I'm always about trying to explain all of those energetic connections, so yeah, the more people I think can understand it as energy, I think that'll be a good starting point, because that's easy to understand. It's easy to explain science. And then if they say, no, listen, it's anxiety is what we call it, but what is the energy doing? What is it saying? So that we're out here just talking, just how we are right now, like us all bringing it up.
And the right people will see what they need to see. The right people might be seeing it now, so that whoever's watching this live right now, I guarantee you, no, I don't guarantee, but I'm going to highly strongly say that you're going to come across somebody in the next 24 or 48 hours, maybe 72 hours, that's going to say something about anxiety, and you're going to know exactly how to teach them now. Because now you've got these instructions that it's energetic and it's an expansion. And actually, on one side, it might appear to be anxiety, but try to feel into that. It's actually a heart expansion. You have the ability when that happens, to draw in and feel even more love and compassion and energy. And it just goes from there.
And it only happens because you're ready. It's because you have forgiven a part of yourself, and it might still be scary, but they're ready to get rid of it for good. A lot of times with this stuff, because it'll come back. When we're ready to heal, comes right up and go, oh no, go away, and then it goes back down. Dang it, missed it.
Wait, you forgot to say, I thank you for the lessons you taught me. I'm so grateful for you. Now, bye now.
Yeah,
what did Sara say? Give a little kiss goodbye, a little kiss on that boo boo. You need a kiss on that boo boo. Say goodbye.
My favorite is good game. Like to pat him on the butt. Good game.
That's awesome.
Walk down and high five the whole team.
Yeah.
Well, see, and I see it as you have a with that expansion. If you allow that anxiety to turn into that emotion of fear, it's going to keep you shut back down.
Yep.
So going back to that mindset of that illusion, that fear is just an illusion of something being real that's really not. You've just tapped into a storm that will pass. So if you just sit back and kind of get under the shade and watch the storm pass, you're going to see something beautiful out of it. And then the sun's going to come back up. The storm's going to pass. We all have storms.
Sara,
Yeah.
did your storm pass? Are you out of the tornado threat now?
At the moment, yes.
Yes.
I'm sure more is coming. It usually works that way.
Get all done
Storm.
over.
Oh gosh,
You got to get ready and stay ready. And I'm ready.
Yeah.
I got.
I have storm. Yep.
Yeah.
Because it's always storming one
Yeah.
way or another out there. So
It's your perception.
yeah.
Is it really a storm?
Or
Maybe
is it
it's just
a necessary? Yeah. Right.
Cleansing.
Maybe it's a clearing.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
necessary cleansing.
That's what
My
Yeah.
car was dirty. I parked it out in the driveway, so it needed to be washed.
There you go.
It's like, isn't
Like,
that interesting?
I've
Yeah.
said that about like the planet, volcanoes erupt. Oh no, Pompeii. And it's like, well, yeah, it's a tragedy for the humans that got hit. But Mama Gaia was just like, oh,
Whew.
man,
Stretching.
that was all melanin for like 257 years. So, like, I tried to tell you to get out of there, with the little warnings and the tremors, but you didn't. So sorry. Right? Like,
It's sorry, not sorry. Well,
Hashtag sorry, not sorry.
she doesn't.
I had too much indigestion.
I don't think
Guys,
Mama Guy is making no apologies at this point, too.
killing me
There's
here.
a lot of correction going on out there, which
Yes,
needs
there
to happen.
is
Like, I
right
want to say
now.
it was Turkey. I'm not sure if it was Turkey or not,
Yeah,
but they got like
it was.
5 months worth of rain in one day.
Yep.
Like, these corrections need to happen. So
Yeah.
that gives me a little bit of hope that some of the things that they're saying are going on, that we're regaining control back of where there was no control before over things like weather. Like, I'm sorry, climate change is not real. It's been controlled. We know this, right? But yes, we're in a cycle and there is global warming and stuff, but that's part of a natural cycle. We're going to get through all that. But we need to have Mother Nature's natural patterns and clearing up, and not have stuff like underground tunnels that have to be bombed and all of that to cause earthquakes. Like, once we get through all that crap and we get it back to where it was, or not where it was, what I'm saying.
They're running out of funds. That's what everybody's saying. They keep getting pushed. They keep having to spend everything they got. They're pulling out all the stops, and they don't have as many people as they used to have to go fly around and do chemtrails. I can tell. I mean,
Yeah. The chemtrails,
10 years ago, it was a totally different place.
We saw them today. We took care of everything over our division. We're like, all right, we do not consent, and we I was hanging out with my brother and his girlfriend, and we were taking care of he comes out, he's like, are you shitting me? Like, he looked up, I'm like, don't worry, we already took care of it. It's fine. It's been transmuted. But the problem is we don't know that it is the Project Phoenix Rising end of it or not. We're not sure about those things, So that's the kind of truth that I'm hoping, like Sara was saying earlier, when you're talking about disclosures and all, I hope that's the kind of stuff that is in the 8-hour looping videos. And I hope that's all real. Can't say it is for sure. We don't know. We can hope that. If it is a conspiracy theory, okay, well, there's been a lot of conspiracy theories that are now conspiracy facts.
Yeah.
So we don't know the great reveal of all of the conspiracy theories that are going to be revealed, the ones that are going to be revealed that are true. We don't know how much disinformation we've been fed either, but we do know that things are happening, and just
keep calling them out.
Keep going.
And then it's inevitable. Yeah, they keep having to answer, keep asking them. If they're not answering, they always redirect a question anyways, so.
I think we're going to be getting rid of a lot of them. I think we're going to be having regular people stand up and represent in councils and other ways. I see these things coming, especially that lawsuit I was telling you about. I don't know if I told you guys this or not, but I'm an approved affiliate now.
Me too.
Are you? I'm number 16.
Okay.
I got approved. Yeah. I'm like, I'm ready to rock.
I saw the subject, approved. I think
Yay. Yeah. So and the thing is, they're going to want people in every state to help with, helping people get signed up for the packages for their own restored wealth, their own restored freedom under the Declaration of Restoration. So, we're going to keep spreading that out to people as much as we can. When I first found out about it, to be honest with you guys, like I knew it was true right away. Like I knew it was like, this is it. Like time, green light, go. That was my green light, go code, one of them. And I looked into the affiliate thing because I was looking through a lot of stuff before I put it out there. I like to do my research first. So I didn't read all 20 pages when I first sent it out, but I felt like I can't wait for this approval to go through. I just have to tell as many people as possible, go sign up. It's time. This is it. This is what we've been waiting for. And it was so exciting to me because I could feel the truth in it. I can feel in this movement. And this may not be what the original Sara plan was.
Right.
Because, Scott Workman's doing his thing because he doesn't want to play ball in their court. He's creating this whole constitutional convention thing. And we've been emailing back and forth. And, when I asked him about Sara and all that, he's like, he didn't really know what it was. He had to go look it up. And I'm like, you're not going to find it. You're not going to find what Sara is. And what you do find is not going to be true. It's some kind of spin on it. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe he did a deep dive. I'm sure he's a smart guy if he's putting all this together.
Yeah.
But it's important that we keep spreading the word to people that this is not, the be all end all, but it is the next step to get society, to get the majority of people on board where we say, we're done with this government. We're having a new constitutional convention. And guess what? You guys are out. We need leadership to step up in the meantime. And
that's it's here. It's totally here. Yeah.
And you guys, it is here. It's the way you feel the truth in that, right? You guys all feel it.
Oh,
That's why I shared it, because it was like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what everyone's, millions of people are doing this. You know what I mean? It's happening. He wanted to come on and said, I'm a this, we're going after him for this, we're going after him for that. If they weren't ready to,
that's right. That's right. He's got to have
say that. I haven't heard
and there's no way. Right. There's no way that he would have been allowed to set this whole thing up and get this going and do what he did. And YouTube had to put his video back up after they took it down because he said they let him know that we the people are in charge. He didn't expect such an overwhelming response. My question is, how long is it going to take for everybody to sign to the point where we have the majority? I feel like we might already have the majority, but that can remain to be seen. People have signed petitions in record time. They see something like this. If people just see in the first 3 minutes of the video alone, they're going to be like, oh, this is what we need.
I think there's already millions that have already signed up. If not, it's coming up to.
Yeah. We'll just keep putting it out there. Keep putting it out there.
People I share it with, I know that reaches far. So, and I know who they are. And yeah, I think, oh yeah. I can't wait, you guys. So excited.
Yeah.
Yep. And this is only like one part of it. This isn't even the people that have been deplatformed that saw the suits against big tech. It's not even that. This isn't the global currency reset or whatever. This is because there is a reset. There's a great reset that is like a dark hat one. You guys know.
Right.
And then there's the reset that's the wealth restoration. But the rest of the revaluation has to occur too. And that's a foreign currency exchange. And then there's also ZIMs and bonds and all the other lawsuits that have to be paid out. There's a lot of neat things that are coming, but it's like, we got to get there. We got to get everybody united, get the criminals out. I'm getting tired of my own excitement.
I know, because it makes you want it now even more, because now it's really
I could be patient, but it's like what it's making me feel is like this angst for all the people that haven't gotten it yet. I'm just anxious for them to be on the same page so we can all talk about this. Like, people don't want to talk about this when you get together unless you are getting together with the right people. And then that's all they want to talk about, because this is like the most important thing that's ever happened in human history. So to go and just kind of talk about like, are we going to wear masks? I don't know. I can't believe they did this. I can't believe that. And instead of talking about all the problems, like, let's talk about the solutions. Yeah. Feels potent.
It's exciting.
Going through all of that too.
Michael, I am so sorry.
That's okay.
I just noticed.
Did you? I was waiting to see if you noticed.
Oh my God. I'm sorry. I've been on some tangents. I am so sorry.
Totally my
Just
fault.
tap out whatever you want. We should
15
probably
minutes late. It's Oh,
Yeah. Oh,
no.
sorry.
That's
Oh,
not
so
normal.
sorry.
I
All
did it on
right.
purpose so you could feel anxious heart expansions, and then you can transmute them and take that power back. I only did it to help you.
Thank
See?
you. Thank
See?
you. Thank you.
There we go.
I love you, man.
Oh,
I can only do it when you guys annoy me, right? Everybody else.
thank you for hanging, even though I was late, Michael. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no, it's okay. You know, the videos will be up there for everybody to watch.
Awesome. Tune in.
Bye, guys. Love you.
All right.
Cool.
Bye, Michael.
Bye.
All right, ladies. Is there any final thoughts? You want to hang for another minute or two, or have anything else you want to say, or how you feeling?
Good. I just think it's exciting. There's just so many things happening, Linda. It's like that, to the average person, I guess it looks like chaos, but to us, I think it's kind of cool. Like just the political pieces, like Cuomo going down and like the recall in California, and there's lawsuits all over the place. I think it's all good. Like people are, it's chaotic a little bit, but it's just really good stuff. It has to, it's the clearing before the beautiful stuff that's coming in. I love it.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
nice.
you've had one heck of a week. We all have too. Sara, how's work been for you? You still working your crazy hours? This girl, let me just tell you guys,
man.
or anybody watching in the future too. Last week you were here. You had what? 3 hours of sleep or 4 hours of sleep or something crazy between your shifts? Has it lightened up at all this week?
Yeah, much lighter this week. I had a prior engagement, so I was doing some freelance photography at a yearly event, and I did not take the weekend off. Well, actually, I took the weekend off, but I got called into work because of someone else. So I ended up pretty much working a double with 3 hours of sleep.
Wow. Oh my God. Is
But
everybody else are you getting the 3 o'clock in the morning wake ups?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've been doing a lot of cat naps. I get them in wherever I can, and that really makes a difference for me. So I can sleep 2 hours and then be fine.
Yeah.
To be honest, I've cut back.
Are you guys getting, like, when you're napping and waking up, like, are you being called to do work in between? Like, I don't know was I telling you this, Linda? Like, I'll lay down and then they'll wake me, I'll wake up and it's like, okay. And I find myself doing grid work as I'm like half in and half out.
Half in and half out. Well, I've only got, when I go out at night. Like,
okay.
Sometimes it takes a little while. There's only been one nap that I took this week, and it was, I think, during the whiteout that day. I was just laying down, half in, half out. And I know there was work going on. It was very peaceful. But what I've noticed is my hands, I always talk with my hands, but it was always preparatory for things. But I'm getting higher guidance coming in that is constantly moving my hands. Like I'm always doing work now, always. And it's like, I can't shut that off.
Yeah.
And I don't mind because it's multidimensional. It's who we are. Before it'd be like, oh, I got to take a break from this, or I need to watch a movie and zone out. Now it's like, I don't want extra distractions. It's distractions. I want to be able to do my work.
Yeah.
So they got me working all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. Same.
Yeah. So distractions are good. We do need to ground it and settle down once in a while. But because like you were telling me when I came to see you, you can't just keep going. You have to like slow down sometimes and remember to smell the roses. When I take conscious breaths, I can reset pretty quick.
Yeah. I think the message too that I've been getting is like, we're not here to push anymore. You know what I mean? As much as we're still like, we have all these things that we want to do and accomplish as far as like the work that we're doing, it's just, there's not a need to do that and I think that came through in your session too. It's like, because you're just automatically doing it and you don't even realize it, so resting is a good way and enjoying things is a good way for things to flow because you're still doing the work, but it doesn't feel like work. It's just flowing through you now because we've practiced so much. Yeah. We've been in that practice mode so much. Now this is go time and we don't need to practice. We're masters, you're mastering it. So it just flows through you no matter where you are. And that's hard for me to remember. That's kind of hard for me to remember.
Yeah, you remind me of that. Like even hearing you speaking, when I hear your codes, it reminds me of a certain peaceful balance and harmony I need, just like you, Sara. there's a powerful presence when you're speaking and you're channeling, goddess self, you got the Christ light coming right through. And it's like, there's something so soothing and healing in the familiarity of the energetic signatures from other people in our tribes when we meet other sisters, other brothers, and we feel a balance of something we might be lacking in. So we're helping, we're activating each other, we're healing each other. It's speech, it's tone, it's blessing, it's a gaze, it's all of that. Like when I hear you, Sherri, I know what you were saying and you had a tough week and all that too, but when your presence is here and you're centered, it's so calming and soothing. You provide. Yep. Sara, same for you.
I feel the same for Sara and same for you, Linda. Yeah.
I could go off on tangents a lot. I don't know how soothing I am.
You are.
I think I kind of excite. I tend to excite a little bit. I kind of ignite things sometimes, and I don't mean to, but I feel that fire going, and I'll speak it out. It's like, who's the fire girl? You're the fire, aren't you?
I'm the fire. Double fire. Yeah.
Yeah, Sara, you too, huh? Oh.
I'm a Sag.
Oh,
I'm mutable.
I thought you had Earth too.
I'm a Sag, but I'm a double Earth. My moon is an Earth, and I've got Taurus and Capricorn. Capricorn rising, Taurus moon.
Wow.
So.
Those are very strong, all very strong signs. That's awesome. Wow. Fierce. I love it. I love that.
Yes. The fierce tribe.
Yeah.
Well, ladies.
So what ascension symptoms are you girls feeling this week?
I've been just, you know what? I'm exhausted today, and I think it's just from the last couple weeks. I'm not sleeping still not sleeping very well.
Yeah, I keep getting up at 3 a.m. Looks like Jeanette's saying she feels restless all day. And waking up, what's this one now? Waking up every 2 hours.
Yes.
2 days.
Yes. Same.
Yeah, I want to say as far as symptoms go, last night when I was speaking, at one point I could see this white like flick, and it was I thought it was the lights at first. I said, anybody else seeing that? Nobody else was seeing it. I'm like, and I realized it happened right after I blinked, and I was like, all right, that's internal. But it was like a light was going out and coming back on, going out and coming back on. And I used to get little headaches and things with that, but no, not anymore. Just tired. Just at times. Or highly charged. Lots of fidgeting. I'm fidgeting a lot because I have to ground more consciously with animals or plants or something like that.
Yeah.
And I have that, like the legs always shaking, the hands always want to do stuff.
Yeah, I just want to move all the time, which is not where I was a month ago. I think coming into August, it was just like I have to be doing something all the time. And then that's every 2 hours waking up, like Jeanette said. I mean, it's great because it feels like you have this motivation to be pushing through, but it kind of hits you after a while. You feel kind of tired.
Right. Especially if you're doing readings like back to back, or you're doing energy work, or you're in that energy for more than a few times. How about you, Sara? When you're in it, do you feel more charged or do you feel more drained when you're in it for a while? Because I know it drains me. It does drain me.
I think I'm kind of cattywampus. I don't have to sit anymore in a meditative state to tap in.
Yeah.
I tap in when I drive my car.
Yeah.
I tap in while I'm at work.
Yeah.
And if I'm not having any interaction with anyone, and I'm really I turn into music, and I turn into sometimes my videos. I'll watch a lot of, like you girls' videos while I'm at work, and I am just tapped into the energy of the video, the reader, and I'm already clocked into, discernment. Do I believe what they're saying? Do I resonate with it? What kind of vibration am I getting from it? Is this already happened, or is this going to happen?
Right.
I'm going through all these questions. And so, to be honest, I feel like I'm living my best life when I can be in that state of mind and I don't have to interact with anyone.
I love
Just
it.
saying, I like that that inner just,
Mhm.
I don't
Cocoon.
know, just being by myself. I feel like I'm just absorbing knowledge from every aspect and not necessarily passing judgment. Just, does it resonate with me? Do I feel it? Oh, I see it going in that direction. And I get a kick out of it because I feel like I'm sponging and I'm learning. And then somehow in my reality, it kicks back and shows me itself. Like if I'm watching a video and they're talking about trauma. For instance, I heard a video and this woman was discussing, if you go to the doctor because you have a broken leg and the doctor just gives you a couple prescriptions and sends you on your way for pain meds, is that really fixing the problem? No, you have a broken leg. You need a cast. You need physical therapy, maybe, not just pain meds. So it's, how are we handling things head on? Are we medicating? Are we coping? Are we taking the proper steps to get that healing? And so what I've been doing is just expunging as much different perspectives. Then that way, when people have questions, when they need help, I can be balanced enough to answer it from the north, the south, the east, and the west.
Oh my God. Wow. That is so powerful. That's exactly right too. And that's what's happening. And people are coming and they are asking questions. And, you know, like I said, when I came back home, it's almost like your family expects you to be who you were before. And, you know, you're not when you go on a trip like I did, right? You go on a little quest for months at a time. And it's the same thing now with people that you're meeting. You're attracting like-minded, and you've put it out there. I know a lot of people, where's my tribe? Where's my people? Where are they? And they're coming out, they just want to find their tribe so bad. And it's like when they say that and they're with people that are their tribe and they're saying, where's my tribe? It's like, relax, you've made it. You found them. The people that you're around that you feel good about when you're around, that's your tribe. You know?
Yeah.
And they're everywhere. We're everywhere, brothers and sisters everywhere.
Yeah.
But I like how you say that, from the north, the south, because really including all your directions and all your elements is mastering your own field. And so if somebody's coming at you, you've already got that. You've got that steady knowing, Sara. You just have such a calm, like, yes. But yeah, it's like, oh, I got this. No wonder you're the center point in the States.
Yeah.
I still want to go. I want to go into that salt mine with you next time I come out.
Bring it. I still haven't gone.
Yeah, wait for me.
I don't know why. I just don't. I haven't had that big desire that I just had to be there. I feel like
We did the work from
I
above.
feel right. It just feels balanced. I didn't really feel like I had to.
I know, but you know, I was reading more about the harmonics down when you go down into the earth so many feet. I think it's 24, 25 feet, something like that. Might be less. I don't know. It's been a while since I researched that one, but it was coming across my mind about harmonic frequencies down in the earth. And when you go down a certain level, there's no 4G, 5G, there's no bad signals, there's no EMFs or ELFs. There's none of that going on down there. And if you can spend like 25 or 30 minutes, 20 minutes down there, I forget. The guy that digs the tunnels by the Egyptian pyramids was talking about it. Sarah's lights are flashing. Someone's flashing them on you. I know.
That would be a daughter saying, "Mom, you said you were going to be off in a little bit."
Oh, you could go whenever you want. And don't be sorry. We're going overtime tonight. I was going to try to make sure we keep our thing 30 to 45 minutes, just so that Michael could have time before his show. It completely blew past an hour. I was like, he should have said something earlier. Michael. No, it wasn't you. It was the energy tonight. It just wanted us to stay on a little longer, I guess.
Yeah.
But Sara, if you got to tap out, don't worry about it. So she's like, no, I'm good. Yeah. So what I was saying about the salt mines, when we go there, and if we do make it to Arkansas for the autumnal equinox, if we do get to do that, and activate the crystals and go down into the caves and all that. There's something about being in that frequency. And this guy was talking about it, who digs the tunnels underneath where the pyramids are, because they knew something. You go down under there on certain ley lines and at a certain frequency where none of the elves, extremely low frequencies, can get you, none of the 5Gs, none of the bad signals. You don't bring your phone. Nothing works down there, no technology. And you just go down there and you're reset. You're naturally, your body, just your whole system. Think of electromagneticity. Think of your body system as that, because it is. And then you go down into the earth and it gets like a reset. It gets that 0 point reset. And you come out, you have your whole new blueprint. Imagine going down there and meditating on, being completely open with your gifts, with no false filters, all your memories come back. Like, that would be cool. So we could do something like that when we go down by the crystals. We go down into the salt. We can anchor it in your place. I forgot the name of the town. I'm sorry. I know it. I can see it up on the thing. Sorry. You don't have to say it.
That's all right.
That's it. I just said. Oh boy. It went by quickly. Yes, it did, Jeanette. It did go by quickly. Thanks for being here with us. Always true. Loyal people. We love you. We love you guys. This is why we do it. We do it for us to hang out, but we could hang out on a private call. We put it out there so that you guys can ask us questions or get something out of it. Hopefully, even just a little nugget of validation of what you're already doing. It's all about empowering each other. So maybe you can take the little nuggets and maybe talk to people about that anxiety thing, because that was a big thing that was coming up in the heart for people last night. We didn't even talk about it, but it's something that kept coming up.
Yeah.
Is that heart expansion feels like anxiety, just like Kundalini rising feels like a hot flash. Therein is a tip.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think it's cool though to see like what shows up within that anxiety, It's like kind of like Michael was talking about, like, I love like the all multidimensional experiences, like, and it's like now I think people are, not only is the heart opening just for it to open and that it feels like there's anxiety, but it's bringing up all the stuff that you don't need anymore. And it's just like going out into the field, it's just being transmuted. And it's like, that's a beautiful place to be if you can, like Michael was saying, sitting with that and just allowing and feeling it and not pushing it back down. It's like, it's a chance to just be in this expansion like you've never been in before, because all of these things that don't serve you and that aren't you are moving out. And in that release, then your heart, it's like the cycle. In that release, your heart opens even more, So it's really kind of cool. It's this beautiful cycle and opening.
Sherri, do you see that as sort of like the caterpillar becoming the butterfly?
I do. I completely do. Yeah, that's a great metaphor for it. I do. And I think it can be really like we were saying, it can be really frightening, or you can kind of stand back and go, oh, that's kind of cool. Like, look at that coming up. Oh, that's interesting. I think if you just look at it like, oh, that's really interesting. Sara was saying that, like, let me just observe that storm coming by, and where's that coming from? Oh, that's coming from that. Yeah, that's connected to this, that's that other storm that came up, and they're both like together. And then once you do that, it's like whew, everything goes up and out. And then, the wings start to open up, start to like kick out of the chrysalis, and everything just starts to like just open. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. I think we're so programmed to think it's really horrible and it's hard and it's work and it's, we're bad or something's wrong with us or we're broken. We're so conditioned that it's really nice to see that conditioning starting to break down. That it's not a bad thing. It just is. It's just part of the journey. So.
Yeah, it is. And there's always a transformation. That's the good news, right? There's always a transformation or transfiguration or trans something.
Yeah.
Not transgression. What was the other trans? I don't know. Not going down a bad path here. I don't want to get into that one. The cancel clear, love all. And the whole, I keep wanting to say transfiguration. Is that the right word?
Could be. Transfiguration. Yeah.
But it is a process where like it can be a little sore, you know?
Yeah. I'm
It's
raw.
not always fun. It can be a little sore where you're going through that. I know when I've taken things off myself, done like little healings and stuff, you take it off. Sometimes it's sore. It feels like a bruise or it's just sore the next day after you have a healing. You know, think about somebody who's been crippled and they're in a wheelchair and they can't walk and their legs have lost all their muscle. They've atrophied. They're frail. And then they suddenly get the ability to walk and they stand up. Well, I don't think they're going to be running a marathon when they first stand. You know, they're going to have to exercise those muscles again and they might be a little sore, but you know, the whole thing is a miraculous process, what we're doing right now in a body.
Yeah.
We haven't done this as humans ever, right? Haven't gone through a transition like this
is
ever.
it. This is it.
It's usually like what an extinction level event.
Yeah.
And this time it's not.
You know, well, in a way it is an extinction of the old paradigm, you know, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah. That's a good way to look at it though. Like what you were saying, you were talking earlier about seeing things a different way. That's really powerful to do that. You're taking something and you're flipping it around. You're reserving your judgment by saying, that's interesting, because that gives you a chance to hold your criticisms or judgments or your old belief filters to come out. That's a really good way to do it. And you're flipping it to self-empowerment.
Yeah.
You're giving yourself that ability.
Exactly.
Good.
Earlier, I felt like I was channeling Buddha when he, and that was basically, it's like you have the perception to change the suffering that you're going through by the way that you look at it. I mean, it really is just cut and dry. It's up to you, not anybody else, just you, and what you get from it. I mean, it could be something beautiful. It could be something negative. It could be scary. It just really depends on you. Those are all just, descriptions of what we all go through on a daily basis. So if not saying to detach yourself, but just really just don't be so quick to react. Fall back. You know, then once you start seeing how everything is moving around you, then maybe you'll start checking yourself. Like the other day, oh God, I was having something going on.
What happened?
And I don't, honestly, I don't remember. I just got in the car, but music hits me. They come in through music. So the song came on, you better check yourself before you wreck yourself.
That's perfect.
So it's just, it just depends. And that's just it, is you can like, oh, I got through that by the, the skin of, whatever. You just, right.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's amazing that you can sit back and you're like, you know what? I think I called that in. Maybe I need to be a little bit mindful about what I'm thinking, because the shit just hit the fan. And I saw it. But you got to laugh through it. You got to laugh through it. It does not have to be so serious all the time. It really doesn't.
No,
and
I
think we make it that way. And that's what makes the shit so fucking heavy.
Yeah. Amen.
And it's just, if you really step back and look at it even more, there's some things that are just absolutely hysterical, and we've got to find those and be able to laugh at it. Yeah. It's not, people suffering is not hysterical. Let's just clarify. I'm not taken out of context, but there's just some things that are really ridiculous to the point where, all right, I'm just going to give you a stupid example, because this is not a world event. This is not a political thing. It's not a religious thing. It's nothing like that. I love the Olympics. I know there's people that didn't watch the Olympics out of protest, and the ratings are really bad. I understand that. I understand why. I salute you for that. But I'm here with my mom. She had the Olympics on. I like watching it with her. Always loved watching them. And I'm aware of the programming that goes on. So with that being said, I'm also aware of the DNA samplings that they were getting. The best athletes in the world. Hello, DNA collections. Anyway, that's another story. There's a commercial that played repeatedly on this. And it was a cat who was a dog cat. And I don't know if it was Dodge or Ford or I don't forget what truck it was, but it had the little workbench in the back that they always, talk about in their commercials. And the cat's name is Walter, and Walter acts like a dog, and the guy treats him like a dog. And it's really funny. And he pulls up at the end, and the old man's looking at him, and the cat's going to fetch a stick out of the water. And, Walter is just this cat. So anyway, if you know the commercial, you know what I'm saying. I want a Walter. I miss my cat. But it's hysterical. Like if I see a commercial sometimes, like instead of getting, oh my God, this commercial again, instead of one of those things, it's like, Walter, buddy, Walter. And we just laugh. And Walter's going to go get the firewood now. There's little things like, let's have some fun with this. It's a good commercial. Not that the commercials are good. Don't get me wrong. But you know what I'm saying? We can find the little funny things like that and have those moments of joy, something that makes you laugh, like a good belly laugh. It's so healing. And there's things that really are funny. Like, I don't know, just find them. Find the funny moments in life. You can find them. There's things that are absolutely hysterical. And we should be stepping back and not taking things so everything is so serious. Oh my God.
Now, but it's like
if you operate like that, you're operating with a stress that's not you stress. You stress is a good stress.
Yeah.
People are operating with that fear stress and it's killing them. It's eating away at them from the inside. So I completely agree.
I do my best cleaning when I'm pissed off.
Oh,
yeah. What about y'all?
Pissed cleaning. I don't get pissed anymore.
No, I sometimes I tap into it and I can't even lie. Why is that?
Well, when I tap into pissed anger, I usually trace it because I need to know where it's coming from. And then I just send healing to it. But I don't really get pissed anymore. I used to, but I don't. I don't know if it's just the path I'm on or just the part that's already been healed that I'm lucky I deal with other things, but I don't deal with being pissed.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, still get triggered.
I shouldn't say, I shouldn't say I never get pissed. I do, but I don't get angry where I have to vent it out. I usually just feel it and I take care of it, if that makes sense.
Right.
Yeah.
Cleaning's a good way to move everything through you. I have the same experience. Yeah. Especially when my kids were, growing up too. It was like, that was the way I don't know. With kids, it's a different flavor, You love them to death.
I turn the old school on and then they scatter. They go right to their rooms. As soon as I put the music on, they're like, oh Lord, Mom's playing this. Let's go.
Here she goes. Yeah, when the kids were younger, when I was working through some anger things, there's definitely some deep cleaning that can get done with some rage that you're purging.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Jeanette's saying that Roger Rabbit quotes, sometimes your sense of humor is your only weapon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. I like to say peace is my weapon.
Nice.
What was that? Humanity is my race. Love is my religion and peace is my weapon.
Yeah.
I did one of those wood things that you paint, like the wood things that you make, like painting with a twist, but you make the wood things. Yeah. And I made that custom sign. I had to make sure that they could get the font for it and everything. Nice. I think I still have that. I might even have that here with me. I don't know. I don't think I gave that one away. Oh no, we've got to listen, Linda. Great. Oh, you got me. Yeah.
What's that?
My
computer's doing all kinds of weird things. Hold on. Linda, listen, Linda.
Listen, Linda. I love that. I love it.
There it is. That way.
Nice.
So Sara and Sherri, you both have done that, haven't you? Both played that video on me or called me that? You've called me out on that, Sara. I know for sure.
Yeah. And then I had
have you ever seen
three. I had 4 ducks. I had 4 ducks, and one of them was Listen, Linda.
Yes. That's one thing I've worked on consciously. One of the big things I had in my life was becoming a better listener. And I've consciously worked on that. Can't say that I mastered it yet. I still interrupt people. I still finish sentences for people. I still talk over people. I hope it's not too much or obnoxious, but I have been working on that one consciously my entire life. Have to say that. Full disclosure, people. You too?
Mm-hmm.
Neither one of you seem like the type that talk over people or interrupt. You don't at all. You're always so respectful and good communication. Well, you've evolved that. You've grown that then, right?
Yeah.
Because I've never seen
I
that
have.
with you guys.
Well, it depends on the situation too, you know. But I have to work very hard to like feel the right moment to interject, and like it feels like I don't know if that's like the fire in me kind of thing, you know.
The fire speaker, that's a Sagittarius too.
Yeah.
But I've never heard you guys do anything right. You always like wait for the right time though. You do excellent.
Yeah, but
I'm
like,
serious.
so, I mean, I don't know, I can't speak for Sara as a Sagittarius, but as an Aries, it's like, when you have something to say, man, it just comes out. And sometimes it's like shooting fire, you know, it's like a forked tongue.
Well, they say too, when you're speaking in groups, 2 or more, 3 or more people, whatever, the energy bounces around the way it's supposed to because it's weaving a pattern of codes that we're sending out together. So when I'm speaking, I'm sending a code. You guys are giving to that. When Sarah's speaking, it weaves back to her, and then it comes into you, Sherri, and then you speak, and you feel that naturally in yourself. And that's like the reaction is to speak it out when it's inside. So if you went back and watched this in the beginning, up until when we started talking about this, you'd probably see me interrupting you guys like 10-1, easy, easy.
I'll have to do that. No.
I'm over here raising my hand every 2 seconds, like, oh, I got one.
You speak it. Well,
but
sometimes you're on
I
mute.
never say it, and that's I purposely do that because sometimes I just can't help it.
Well, yeah, sometimes you're with people that just talk too much, and it's hard to get a word in edgewise. So I'm trying to be aware of that one. But do you remember when we did the round tables back when we did the Galactic Force team and all of that? On there, I felt like I had more of a moderator role. So if I saw somebody start to raise their hand, I'd be like trying to get everybody fair speaking time. It's hard to do that when you got 12 or 15 people on a Zoom call, and you know, you have someone else who thinks they're running it, but they're monopolizing the time, and you just want to like try to share the time equally with everybody. It was hard. I just didn't want to do it anymore. But then we went into different things. We did Holy Bird Tribe, and we've gotten some practice at that. But I really think it's fair. That's why I wanted to call it a round table, but it was a square because there was 4 of us. Next week, I'm going to call it the possible triangle circle round table. Oh, well.
I love
So
it.
Sherri, what time are we on for tomorrow?
6 p.m. my time, 9 yours.
Okay, so that's
9 p.m. your Eastern time. So 6 Pacific time, 9 Eastern time. And then somewhere in between for everybody else, like, you know, Sara and stuff. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so we'll be talking about tomorrow. I've still been guided to do a lot of solar plexus work, but to focus on, Linda and I were talking about this a couple days ago, like really grounding these energies that are coming for people because they feel very unsteady. So we're trying, just like we did tonight, like really grounding that energy. But I'm receiving messages about opening the solar plexus and really healing the solar plexus to be able to come into this empowered state. Last week we did the third eye where we could really open up and see divine intervention that's coming in. Now we want to kind of open up that, really start to empower ourselves and be able to step out of the victim role and into victor role, like really starting to understand your own truth and being able to be in that power and be really firm in that. So I think the meditation tonight was awesome because it was really I felt very, very centered and like this pillar of light coming through. And I think if we can work a little bit in that area, and then just also, I think the people who are starting to awaken, it's feeling that anxiety and that chaos, you know, and not being, a lot of fear coming through about where it's all going. So just being able to really get a handle on that and help people get a handle on that. That's what I'm anticipating, unless something else comes in tomorrow before we get on.
Yeah, we got to be ready for the shifting tides and all that. So
it's huge. This week has been huge, I think, as far as shifts. So
if you guys are just seeing this for the first time and you stuck with us to the end, thank you for being here. Sara, what do you got going on the rest? Are you working tomorrow night? Or around? Are you?
I gotta
Well,
work a night shift. I'm short staffed, so I get to work a couple extra nights this week. Just trying to make it easier for the crew. So hopefully it'll chill here soon.
yeah. Well, we'll see it. We'll see it on the field for sure, and then
Yeah.
you'll
I'll
tap
be-
in.
I'll be there. I'll be
We'll be
holding
feeling
space
you.
for you.
Yeah.
We'll be feeling you for sure.
So Michael's over on Spiritual Cryptos on YouTube. I think he just went live, or he's going to be going live soon. So if you're watching this now and you want to know about cryptos, he is full of knowledge. He is our guru for that. He's over there now on Spiritual Cryptos. And guys, subscribe to the channel. Go support him. Even if you don't watch you want to watch a little bit here or there, watch some later. If you don't catch him live, just go subscribe. Let's try to get his channel like bumped up a little bit, because they're just starting to like branch out and do that as its own channel. So it's brand new, and you can learn a lot there if you want to. So go support him. That would be great. And Sherri, I know your channel got some hits from the algorithm suppressors. We were talking about it earlier. So guys, if you're not subscribed to Sherri's channel, please go over there.
Thank you.
Support her. Sherri Bausch on YouTube.
I'm not worried. It's all going to be the way it's supposed to be. You know, people still see me.
They find you.
They do.
They find
They do find
Yep.
me.
They will find you. If they get knocked off, they'll go back and they'll look for you. They will get the message that they need to get.
Thank you. Yeah, that's what I feel that too. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys again for joining us live tonight. You guys that support us and are always here. We've got a great community, and think about like next week, if you're going to be there, if there's something specific that you would like, that we offer, what we do. If somebody wants us to work over on their field and their location or healing, or you want a couple cards pulled for you or anything like that, ask and you shall receive. Okay. So I'm sure everybody's we want to do work for you guys, right? We talked about that before. So let's get this rolling and put it out there for anybody. Think about it for next week, put it in the comments. And I guess that's it, right? So
I think so.
Thanks for joining us, everybody. We love you. We will see you next week, and just be a little bit better today than you were yesterday, or tomorrow than today. Bye, guys.
Beautiful. See everyone.